Hi friends, welcome to Creating with Jovi and 100 Days of Pockets. In collaboration with Cindy A. Lewis, I have created a postage stamp pocket. And you'll see that I was able to use some vintage postage stamps, also my master boards, and something from my paper doll kit. If you would like to have access to Cindy A. Lewis's instruction booklet on how to create these pockets, that is linked down below in my description box. Today you will need postage stamps, and I happen to have a bunch of authentic vintage postage stamps, and also I have this, which came off of, I guess, an envelope, and there was a letter on the back of it, so it must have been one of those ones that you folded. So that's kind of cool, right? So we're going to use this and probably going to use some of these. You'll also want some scissors, glue or tape, and inks and embellishments. Instead of a journal page, I'm going to use this backing page, and it is from a master board that I created. And you can see it's got some foreign writing on it, and then it's got these vintage newspaper articles and some more writing down here. So that's a pretty fun piece to start with. That's going to look great in a journal. And then I think my plan is to take this and turn this into a pocket. And I'm going to have to trim it because this is pretty crooked right here. I think my plan will be to cut off the pink one, because that's really where it starts to get, you know, slanted. And now I can go straight across the bottom right here and just clean that up real nicely. It's not a big pocket, but it's a pocket, so I think that'll work. Let's check it out. Yeah, and you know what? Let's make an upper pocket. I've been doing a lot of bottom pockets, so let's do an upper. Now, just so that you guys know, and I'm sure that you do, but you could take something like this even and put it right in the center and then just have this nice little middle, sort of in the middle of the thing, pocket. But I'm going to go ahead and put this one right up here and do an upper pocket. And then before I get started, let me grab my ink. I have a little bit of leftover blue on here, and I'm just going to go around the edges of this. You know, this feels a little bottom heavy, of course, because the stamps are down lower. So I want to just get a little more color up here. There we go. That should do it. I think that looks nice. We'll go ahead and put these stamps right here for this pocket. Okay, my friends, we got our pocket on, the glue is dry, and now I'm going to make a simple tag. And I'm going to use my paper doll on the tag. I think she's perfect, and she looks great with the blue, and she looks good with this blue over here too. So that's what we're going to do over here. Wanted to let you know real quick before we move forward with this, I am hosting, along with Jen of Sassy Southern NC Girl, a paper doll collaboration. And you can grab these paper dolls in my Etsy shop, and then I also have some freebies in my Facebook group, which is Creating with Jovi Journals and Crafts. So if you'd like to join in, you sure can do that. It's an open collaboration. We have at least 15 collaborators already. So if you want to join in, please do that. Tag me and Jen. I'll make a playlist, and I'll put you on the playlist and make sure that anybody who is participating and coming along gets on that playlist so that your videos can be seen if anybody comes on over to my channel and has a look at that playlist. All right, my friends, we're going to get a blue stamp put down here. I think this stamp is from Greece, actually. That looks like Greek writing to me, so that's pretty cool. I like that. It's a 15-cent stamp. And this looks like a Roman soldier on here, so that's pretty cool. All right, we got that one on there. And then if she's going to go, let's say she's going to go here, okay? So let's have a look and see if we have some more blue stamps. Actually, check this out. Here's another Greek stamp. This is fantastic. And this is also has some blue in it. So let's put that right there. What do you think? I think that looks really, really cool. So we're going to do that. Oops, I almost put them on upside down. This is about the Olympics. So when my husband and I went over to Italy and Greece, we got to see the place, the island that was where the original, Olympics were held. And we actually got to see after we saw that, and that was thousands of years ago, and then we got to see the place where the first, I'd say, modern time Olympics was, and that was cool too. Now let's get our beautiful paper doll down. Here is the tag that we created for our stamp pocket. I love it. I think it's beautiful. So let's go ahead and get our pocket back over here. And she is going to go up in here. I hate to cover her face, but that's the way it goes. And I feel like this needs a little something right here. Not necessarily stamps because we have plenty of those going on. But what could we do here? I could do some small stenciling. That's an idea. All right, so I was running some thoughts around in my head. And I think I will do just the tiniest bit of stenciling on here if I can place this correctly. We're just going to do a little bit. It just looks a little plain up there and it's bothering me a little bit. There, it's not so plain now. And then I was wondering what you guys thought of this going on, and I kind of like it. I think it really looks pretty and it adds some dimension to it. We have our postage stamp pocket right here. I was also able to add some authentic postage stamps right here, and it looks like they're from 1983. Yeah, 1983, there we go. So that's pretty cool. And I was able to use a paper doll and a masterboard, which is full of scraps. This is great, using up my scraps with the masterboards, using up some of my stash, using my paper doll. It's just good. It just came together so nice. So I hope you like it, my friends. Be sure to check out Cindy A. Lewis's channel today, see what she came up with. And thanks for watching. See you soon.